Good morning to my sweet and charming students of class 6th. Welcome to another class of English grammar. Here's I'm with my new video. So today, my dear children, I'm going to explain you chapter number 14, comparison of adjectives in English grammar. For this, first of all, you must know the definition of an adjective. So, what is an adjective? Then I will explain you about the degrees of adjectives. So let's begin. So this is the definition of adjectives. A word used to describe a noun or a pronoun or add to its meaning are called adjectives. Look at these plants. Can you tell the difference between three plants? We see first plant is tall, one next to it is taller, and last one is tallest among all. So here tall, taller, tallest are used to compare the plants. Sometimes we want to compare things, persons, animals or places. For such comparison, we use different forms of adjectives. These different forms of adjectives are called steps or degrees of comparison. Number 1, positive degree. Number 2, comparative degree. Number 3, superlative degree. So let us first learn about positive degree. So positive degree of an adjective is used to simply describe a person, place, animal or thing. No comparison is made in positive degree. For example, this apple is sweet. Here sweet is the positive degree or the simplest form of the adjective. The adjective sweet is used to describe the noun, that is apple. It is not used for comparison. Now let us learn about comparative degree. The comparative degree or form is used to compare only two things, people, animals or places. Usually, the comparative degree of an adjective is formed by adding er to the adjective. My dear children, keep this in your mind. Then comparative form is always followed by then. For example, grapes are sweeter than apples. Here the adjective sweeter is the comparative form of the adjective sweet. The word sweeter is followed by adding er to the adjective sweet. It is used to compare two fruits, and also we can observe the word sweeter is followed by then. Now last degree is superlative degree. The superlative degree or form is used to compare more than two things, people, animals or places. Usually, the superlative degree of an adjective is found by adding est to the adjective. We always use the before the superlative form of an adjective. Here the adjective sweetest is the superlative form of adjective sweet. The word is formed by adding est to the adjective sweet. It is used to compare more than two fruits, and also note that the is used before the superlative form of adjective. So some examples of degree of comparisons are cool, cooler, coolest, short, shorter, shortest, great, greater, greatest, young, younger, youngest, fast, faster, fastest, dark, darker, darkest. My dear children, we are going to learn some basic forms to use degree of adjectives. That is, there are some spelling rules for adjective of comparison. While you are changing adjectives to three forms, that is positive, comparative or superlative. There are some rules you have to follow. Okay, my dear children? So we'll learn the first rule. We generally add the suffix er or est to the end of the adjective to form comparative and superlative. This I told you before. For example, dark, darker, darkest, clever, cleverer, cleverest. Next rule is when an adjective ends in e, add r to the end of the adjective to form comparative and only st for superlative. You can see in the example. So here adjective large ends with e. So we are going to add r, only r not er in comparative form, and we are going to add st only not est to large is changed into largest. So large, larger, largest. Second example is white, whiter, whitest. Now we'll move into the third rule. When an adjective ends with a vowel plus a consonant, double the final consonant and add er or est to the end to form comparative and superlative. So you understand, my dear children? If the word ends with a consonant which have a vowel before it, and consonant will be double by adding er or est. Here adjective is ending with consonant letter, that is t, and has a vowel before that is o. So the consonant t is doubled before adding er or est. So hot, hotter, hottest. So HOTTER, HOTTEST. Sad, sadder, saddest. So now I will explain you the fourth rule. So when an adjective ends with y and there is a consonant before y, change y to I and add er or est to the end to form comparative or superlative. It means if the adjective ends in y and y has a consonant before it, so it will be changed to I by adding er or est. For example, early. You can see in the example, early is ending with y and before y is a consonant, that is L. So we will add I instead of y and er in the comparative form and est in the superlative form. Next example is happy, happier, happiest. Now we'll move into the next rule. When an adjective is long, an adjective of two or more syllables, not ended in y, add more to form comparative and most for superlative. Now this rule is based on syllables. So for understanding this, you must know what is a syllable. A syllable is a single, unbroken sound of a spoken or written word. Syllables usually contain a vowel and accompanying with consonants. Like cat. Cat has one syllable. Water. Water has two syllables. Water. Agree. Agree has two syllables. That is agree. Computer. It has three syllables. That is computer. So for understanding more, a syllable is a unit of pronunciation. The number of times that you hear the sound of vowel is the number of syllables in a word. Like free has one syllable. Eating has two syllables. Eating. Batted has two syllables. That is batted. Inferno has three syllables. Inferno. Now I think, my dear students, you have understood what are syllables. So adjectives that have two or more Syllables we add more in the comparative form and most in the superlative form. You can see in the example, beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Creative, more creative, we are adding more in the comparative form, and most creative, we are adding most in the superlative form. So the next example, dangerous, more dangerous, most dangerous. Now we'll move into the next rule, that is rule number 6. There are some adjectives that do not form the comparative and superlative from their positives. They are called irregular adjectives. Their forms are quite different from one another. Now you can see in the example, good, better, best. So good is the positive form, better is the comparative, and best is the superlative form. Here the whole word will be changed. Example, bad, worse, worst. Here also you can see they are quite different from one another. Next example, little, less, least, much, more, most. Now my dear children, I hope all have understood the degrees of comparison of adjectives. Now you can complete the given exercises. You can see the exercises solutions. Note down neatly in your English grammar book. Now we'll meet in our next video. Till then, goodbye. God bless you all.